So they'll be calling you a radical. These are probably the two biggest stories in the world that are happening right now, and no one's talking about them. These are, I mean, actually three gigantic stories. So, one, the Baja on the Pacific side in Mexico reported, and there's photographs out there of thousands of tons of marine life washed up, and no, I keep waiting. This has been going. It's been reported for 4 days now in Mexico media. Of activist Andrew, who lives in Tijuana, he sent it to me, and I'm like, well, U.S. media's got to pick this massive story up. And so the fishing head of the Mexican Baja Fishing Alliance comes out and makes a statement. They're interviewed him, and he says, it's a column of hot water. And we know it. They're out in their boats, and he says it's a stream of hot water in the California current. It's coming from Japan. He says it's even a different color. It's the Meltdowns at Japan. He knows it. Why has no media reported it? I mean, what a massive story. Just as big. The Steelhead numbers on the Columbia River. Now, stay with me. Tim reminded me today there's absolutely zero fishing going on the Columbia River. Zero. There's no gill netting and no fishing. Zero. It's stopped. Emergency. Where's the Endangered Species Act? So this is prime time. This is July's the month. They go mad. They go crazy. 500, 400, 300 a day. This is prime time. When they get 20, 30, 15,000 a day. I mean, I cannot overstate this. There is no gill netting. We're counting them all. And Tim's on the rogue, and he says, fuck, it's even worse. They're getting zero. All these, so concerning because steelhead have such a short life cycle, and they've been steadily declining since the Fukushima disaster. Their life cycle's 1 to 2 years. They go to sea twice. They live in the ocean. It's not dams. The Chinook, of course, started to collapse in 2016, but this steelhead number, I mean, oh my God, on the massive beast, the Columbia, 400 tributaries. All these steelheads, where they come through the mouth. Remember when those famous photographs were showed in 2014 or 15 of all the sea lions lined up at the mouth of the Columbia? All gone. They're dead for the most part, starved to death. So the third, again, to Idaho, the SMR sham. I mean, the Bill Gates SMR, Rolls-Royce SMR, the SMR. The big crux of the SMR is being funded by Utah, by AMPS, out of Utah taxpayers. Utah utility payers, out of their light bill. They stole it. It was for wind and solar. They thieved it. And so in Idaho, they've been going through this process for a few years now, supposedly testing these 12 SMRs. They came out yesterday and said, we're having all kinds of nightmares, blah, blah, blah. We're not. They've already delayed it, of course. It was supposed to be done by 2021. Then they delayed to 2023. Then they went to 2026. Then to 2028. Now they're even delaying it more, and they're saying, well, we're going to just do 6 of them. Now, Tim, again, was on Angkor Vallis. He was staying right there, and right there at their headquarters in Nuscale. That picture where the Alaska fishing collapsing, I'll try to find it. That video's got about 60, 70,000 views. That picture is Nuscale themselves put out some propaganda in Oregon. That's the cover of the magazine. Lisa and I was in Pocatello last year, and there were propaganda Schellenberg fucking pieces all over Nuscale. I've been up there so many times, and there's brand new signs up there, floor construction. Tim said they're driving around brand new fucking Bugattis, and then all of a sudden, Nuscale, where their offices, they had all this, building this supposedly hardware, compressed metal. All of a sudden, he shows up and they're just all gone. Go on, take the money and run. Ooh, they know this. Come on. Jose Reyes, the head of Nuscale, the CEO, worked at Idaho National Lab. Please. He knows about the Immunity Act. He knows Price Anderson. He knows they get the money and they can just fucking steal. I mean, these guys are becoming multi-fucking millionaires off the backs of Utah ratepayers. Why the fuck? Only place in the world that's funding these, besides the Russian government, and the SMR they tested blew up on 8/8 on the White Sea 2019. I asked John Huntsman about it to his face. I collected the data. SMRs. These SMRs are a sham from hell. Always have been. Always had Rocketdyne. So these are massive stories that no one's reporting. I mean, these are the three biggest stories on the face of the fucking earth. Oh, just the Pacific Ocean fucking going dead. That's all. I'll be in Monterey on Thursday. You know, Tim Martin, he says, I'm a gold gilder. I'm making you a gold medal. I says, well, you got to win it first. I've won a, you know, I'm defending. Dead tide pool jumping. So we're going to get a really nice, good full moon cycle starting the 22nd. You know, we'll actually have some low tides at a normal hour. Actually going to be in the afternoon. So I'll work that whole peninsula. I'm taking the apprentices with. So we'll get it all worked, both sides. We'll get the Carmel side and the Pacific Grove side, Padre and the Breaker side. You know, work it back to the aquarium, Dock Ricketts, where they'll let us. You know, we can, I know what to do and, you know, how to do it. And so the story in, I guess people are so posh on groomed to dead fish, red tide, but this is different. This is a different story because somebody's finally come out and said it. What Kevin Blanchard has been screaming his head off for 10 years. And this fisherman's across the water. I mean, that's what he does. They know the temperature. He says the current's hot. And, you know, he says it right. I'll post the article. Read it. He says the current is hot. And that's what's killing him. I mean, these pictures are stunning. They're reporting thousands of tons of 15 miles on the Baja Peninsula, 15 miles of this. And it's just, I mean, you can't see any beach. You just see dead marine life. And no U.S. media's picked this up? What? Oh, the SMR sham in Utah, you know, this is going to, mark my words, this SMR scam is going to cost a lot of people in Utah their jobs, including Governor Cox. You know, when he went in and says, I'm going in with Bill Gates on this SMR sham up in Wyoming, he's already in. He told me to my face he didn't even know what an SMR was a few months ago, actually. So, and then the Idaho sham, I mean, oh my God. The Columbia River right now, fuck, unbelievable. I mean, they're on the verge of extinction. We're on 3 different presidents now that are in violation of the endangered. The three-headed snake. This is 3 different presidents now were in violation of the Endangered Species Act. They had record returns, in 2011. 2010. Tim Martin caught the world's record steelhead on the mouth of the fucking road. You know, oh, we can't Google what. Of course you can't. We got pictures. People verify. They're like, whoa. Right before Fukushima happened. I mean, this has not been going on for years. We have the empirical data because we have all the salmon. We had record returns on the Columbia. Record. I mean, we're down 99%. Talked to him up in Alaska today, up on the Kenai. So it's 85 fucking degrees. How's the fish run up there? Fucking horrible is it? Fucking go to the Olympics, kill yourself. Hot water gate, fucking hot water boy. This came from a glacier. You ever seen a set of these, Bobby? Fucking unreal. Mama said, what kind of pitch is that? Fucking Gaylord Perry threw me. Didn't he die this year? Fuck, all these guys have. How about the shooting last night at the game? You could hear it. Fucking actually hear it. It's the power of YouTube. I got it up immediately and people were commenting right there, and you know. What a fucking crazy world we live in. God. Who's pitching today? I don't know. What's on first? Whoa. Wow. Don't throw a lone outside pitch to me. Pacific Ocean's fucking collapsed. Well over 90% post-Fukushima in this decade. Great Salt Lake right here. I've been screaming my head off for a decade, watching this catastrophe happen. Everybody's just ignoring. Now they're in panic mode. They're trucking in water to municipalities here. There's no water. I'm telling you, it hasn't rained here in fucking years. I mean, it's a fucking nightmare. Now they're in fucking panic mode. Anybody who's watched me for a long time knows I've stood up at the top of Crescent in Kaysville, shot down at the Weaver State Center, been out there. I mean, every year. It's right there. Fuck, I grew up on this fucking Great Salt Lake. I've been here for 61 fucking years. I've watched this. When it flooded up in 83-44, it was clear up in here. Right up in here. All the way, coming up the Weber. No fucking birds. No butterflies. Just fucking, I mean, scorched fucking earth. I mean, my God. The whole western United States. No, they're in fucking full-blown panic mode here. Fucking, a little too late. We gotta come, what is the fucking plan? Rain dance or pray? You know, Sir Branson bought Powder Mountain, right? There's kids. And I remember when I know Stuart Adams, he's head of the Republican Party. I know him really good. Used to do work for him in East Layton. And I remember when I was arguing with him about giving them that water right off the Bear River, but that's not what it is. They can give all the rights they want when it doesn't fucking rain and it doesn't fucking snow. The Great Salt Lake can lose up to 18 inches a day in evaporation. That's what it loses. When it's not just about fucking temperature, it's radiant heat. Look at this fucking ground. It is scorched. Scorched. You know, my trees, fucker. I mean, what a fucking nightmare. You know, and as you know, I call it the heat bubble. I named it the heat bubble in 2012. I named it the Great Western United States Drought. And then I changed it to the Great Western United States Canada Drought. I named it in 2012 before it happened. As you know, I called it the Latin word for the molded grapes of fucking wrath. You know, I got so much video content, I get it, but, you know, I try to get the words and the tags for prosperity purpose. So in the past, somebody could Google something, but they've got me so filtered now. I was Googling Kevin Blanche talks to Mike Lee. Nothing. I'm like, what? And then a video that Jan, Miss Milky the Clown, put up that she did a video of mine with, had like 3 views popped up. I'm like, you used to Google salmon collapse. Used to Google Fukushima meltdowns. Used to Google fucking the Great Salt Lake going dry. The Great fucking drought. All this most important subject matter for years. And you just get Kevin Blanche all 20. That's what the art form was. It was about retention. I knew what I was doing. I was competing with Reuters, BBC, CNN, Foxconn News. This is before, you know, they turned YouTube into fucking CIA cable TV. Oh, it's disgusting what it is now. I was kicking their ass because I knew it was based on retention. I'm an old community. I mean, that's how this whole gig started. And fuck, how effective was it? Fuck. I knew it wasn't based on view count. I knew it wasn't based on anything but retention. Google sent me an email a long time ago on my analytical page. And they said that my retention, not in the top 10% or the top 1%, one of the top 10 YouTube sites in the world. One of the top 10 YouTube sites in the world for retention. I remember when they first had, the very first analytical started coming out in influencers. Fuck, I was in the top fucking 1%. So what did they do? I mean, has my style changed? Has it? No. Maybe I do a little more content than I did before because it's easier. I mean, back in the day, I'm walking the coast of California with a little flip camera. Well, fuck. I mean, it wasn't like click. Granted, there's more, but my rhetoric hasn't changed one iota. It's just, now that it's happened, before it was hypothesis. Oh, it's just fear porn, I guess. You know, a lot of it became the, you know, the Obamacans versus the Trumpettes, and the Trumpers got butthurt by Kevin Blanche, which blows my mind. I mean, he gets elected, And, you know, I'm an anti-nuclear, I'm an environmentalist, and never said Fukushima one time, met with a bee 18 fucking times, and just flooded pork, including the Idaho National Lab. He flooded more fucking pork into the fucking nuclear energy crime syndicate than fucking all previous presidents combined. Including this fucking loot job at Idaho National Lab. Now, I don't know what I'll tag this three, but these are three massive, massive stories. He comes right out and says, it's a column of hot water. California current, hello. Japanese current comes along, you know, the Northern Pacific current is the Japanese current. Comes right off Fukushima, right there to the fucking Oregon-California border. It splits and runs south right now this time of year, fucking fast, into the California current. California current runs all the way down to fucking the equator, nearly before it curls back. It's a column of hot water, and he even says it's coming from Japan. These cores, these suns are burrowed into the ocean. They are boiling the fucking, oh, it's climate change. And think about it. Their answer is more fucking nuclear energy? Up is down, black is white, wrong is fucking right. I mean, we live in fucking Looneyville, Freakville. You know, the flooding that's going on in fucking Europe, fucking right, it's fucking climate change. The argument is people who don't want to take any accountability. They think they can do whatever, just pollute, fucking hammer the fucking Mother Earth, and there's just no tipping point. Please. Fucking the fuel coming across, the low-grade fuel that they use in those fucking tankers is so disgusting. So much could be cleaned up like that. It's like here in Utah. The fuel. Just even old vehicles are fine with it. Just require the fucking cleaner fuel, like the California fuel is. Fucking people need to fucking stop consuming. In Europe, you know, I've spent so much time over there. They're anti-consumption. They look at us and just shake. We have broke the consumption fucking record now since 1980. So we have broke it now 40, in fact, 79, I believe. We are family. Increasing nominal wages from 1945 to 19. Tax rate on the fucking 1% was 96 fucking percent now. And I tell everybody, fucking just set back the fucking military budget to the year 2000, let alone 1979. I mean, let's just go back to the tax rate to what it was in 2000. Let's just go back to the fucking, you know, the consumption rate. We broke the record for 42, 43 fucking years in a row. Consumption junkies, what's your function? It's disgusting. We're all in. I was talking to some young people today that have a little retro clothing store. You know me with retro clothing. And they get it, finally. You know, and we were talking, it's so easy to identify. You just got to look at the tag, made in the USA. You know. Why would anybody buy? I mean, I used to stand in that cage in Manhattan with that beet juice, drinking it like it was blood, remember? I used to do that in Manhattan, and we'd run the hot light over brand new garments, and there'd be blood and brand new garments. I mean, the shirtwaist fire, how about all that work that I've done there at the shirtwaist fire? That happens weekly in Bangladesh. How about, you know, Mitt Romney makes statements about fucking, you know, the Muslims in China being fucking genocided. Fuck, that's where your stuff's being made. Not me. I'm not fucking participating. I don't buy new shit. These shirts, I didn't make them. You know, these shirts were fucking made by an activist in Virginia. They're fantastic. You know. Boober. Fuck, I love that dude. He's a longshoreman in Virginia on the port on the Chesapeake. He's a, you know, Richard Carsoner. He's been with me from then. He says, Kevin, you know, we used to have to go through the radiation detections, and you're so right. Obama just raised them post-Fukushima, and then Trump got in. He just got rid of them. They just took them down. We just drive in now. Fuck, we don't even know what's getting on those ships or fuck whatever. There's no detections anymore. He says, we used to have to go through the radiation detection devices, and, you know, he says they were sticklers. And then Obama raised them post-Fukushima. He says Trump got in and just got rid of them. And, you know, here we got Biden. Biden's already come out and said, status quo. Leave this fucking corporate tax rate where the likes of fucking Bezos and fucking Gates and Clan fucking just loot this country. Put the tax rate back to 1979, at least to 2000. Put the military budget back to fucking 1999. Fucking, I mean, holy fuck, we're out of control. Fucking $1.2 billion worth of stocks they're buying. Talk about a Ponzi scheme. This falsely stimulating Ayn Rand Greenspan fucking science fiction economics bullshit for 20 fucking years. What's the byproduct of that? Hello. You flood the fucking market and everybody just stole all the fucking money. These PPP loans were just robbed. They didn't fucking go to the peasants. I got a fucking, I know a guy who he exploits fucking brown labor from the fucking South, pays him cash anyway. He got fucking almost $1 million here, right here. I said, what'd you do with it? He says, I bought a house, went on fucking vacation, took it away, bought a fucking building, blah, blah. I says, I thought that was for your employees. There ain't nobody gonna check. What? That's what's gone on. Just a loot job. Just stealing our fucking, well, there is no future. I mean, our fucking generation was handed fucking all this equity by our parents. There was no fucking debt. We burned up all the equity they built up, the baby boomers, and then we decided to just go into the future and rob it. Fucking sad. There's that moon cracking out. Fuck, it's so fucking hot here. You don't even want to fucking know. It's a nightmare. No bugs, no butterflies, no rabbits, no frog. I mean, this time of night out here, you usually hear the screeching toads, you hear the crickets, you hear the fucking frogs all up on these drain ditches. There's no water in them. Fucking, you can't hear a frog, which has never happened in my life. I've lived right here for 61 years. Never happened in my life. Never. It's great. I mean, this used to be so full of life in the evenings right now. I used to sit out here this time of year and just try to identify how many different birds I could count. I'd be over 100 lots of times. That was a big thing with me. I'd sit here in the evenings, watch all these birds, and try to identify how many different sounds. I'm not, there ain't no sounds. The sound of silence, like the ultimate cancer, it grows. You all act like you don't fucking know. The sound. La 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 la. Dry lake effect. I predicted every bit of this. Not to mention, it's a hypothesis. That's what a real PhD does. And talk about feel good. Tired? Oh fuck. I'm worn out. They caught up with me. Open heart surgery. Did it all. Fuck. Somebody said, how the fuck are you alive? That ain't no shit. How the fuck? My doctor in there at the clinic, the young apprentices that come in, he always makes them look and he'll say, look at this. I got to show you this. Now, that's a fucking resume. AML, de novo, leukemia, no chance. Without a transplant. Failed org valve. Open heart replaced. Fucking ruptured. Gallbladder. A lot of teeth went. What a fucking... My oncologist will tell you straight up. I've been in gynecology for 40 years. Kevin Blanch's the biggest miracle in my life. So I've done all this work. I mean, God, I was in critical condition for so long. I think back those days in New York, all that work in New York, DC, fucking Vienna, fucking up and down that California coast, fucking oh my God, Eugene, Oregon. Fucking, it was so accurate. But when it was, I guess when it was hypothesized, it felt like fear porn to people, and they were like, oh yeah, it was interesting to them. Well, I think it's, Google has just smashed my work. But I said it's never happened before, so I named it Plutonium. That's exactly what it is. I mean, I see 60 Minutes has re-aired that. They re-aired that on about day 3100. They re-aired it again, the robots they call it, run fix them. That's when Leslie Stahl admits to Lake Barrett, what I've said the whole time. Well, where that? See those cars? That bird in the air. Well, this is like going to the moon, way bigger than that. That was aired a couple years ago. They re-aired it last Sunday on 60 Minutes. It took 60 Minutes, 3,112 days to tell you what Kevin Blanch told you in the first 1 hour. All over it. All over it. I mean, I've done the work of fucking hundreds of biologists, hundreds of not to mention all my fucking social injustice fucking activism, not to mention shutting down Seminole, not to mention daggering fucking Blue Castle, not to mention my work out at Indian fucking Point, New York, fuck Energy Solutions, fucking dump site, Livermore, California. Oh my God. Wow. I've done the work of fucking thousands of men. While I was deathly sick. It's wore me out. I'm fucking tired. It really has. I was thinking about it today. I mean, I've hung in there. But, it broke me. I was a millionaire. All that Tesla stuff wiped out. What a heartbreaking fucking battle, actually, I think about it. Oh well. Count your blessings, my grandmother used to say. Yeah, I'm alive. Alive and kicking. I don't know what the fuck's happened, this imperialist media and whatever, and they just got control, but these are the three biggest stories in the world. The Steelhead count on the Columbia, fucking on the verge of extinction, dying at sea, not dams. The Nuscale fucking looting, thieving, ripping off here in Utah. Where's the FBI? I knew it would never happen. It's just a big sham. They've been tried for years. The same one at Nuscale. I know, I mean, it's just a sham. It's a rip-off for fucking hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. A few guys got it. The Baja Peninsula, 15 miles, they said. Thousands of tons. A column of hot water coming from Japan. Finally, some verification of Kevin Blanchard's work, but Jesus, I would have never believed it. Well, I would. I knew this was going to happen. Full blown out fucking nuclear meltdowns brought into the Pacific Ocean. What the fuck you think's going to happen? Never happened before. But the one thing I didn't realize is the United States populace, the scientists, academia, what a fraud they are. I mean, I always thought there would be some biologists, there'd be some people out there. There'd be some. I didn't realize they'd all be mystified, baffled, stumped, and they would all. Lastly, I'll say this. The nuclear energy wannabe emperors, they have no fucking clothes. Stay tuned.